There's absolutely no dissent allowed in the Trump regime. You have no freedom of speech. You follow what Donald Trump or his insane conspiratorial lackeys say should happen, or you will be fired as a result of it. And at the CDC, we have a whole lot of examples of that recently. In fact, the director of the CDC, Susan Monarez, was fired by the White House after she refused to resign amid pressure to just rubber stamp anti-vax conspiracy theories becoming the policy of the United States government. So the Department of Health and Human Services, they announced that she was no longer the director, sort of like implying that she had resigned. And her lawyers came out and were like, no, she has not resigned or been fired at that point. Don't worry, they eventually got to her. But those lawyers accused HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. of weaponizing public health for political gain and putting millions of American lives at risk by purging health officials from government. That was true when they said it, and in response to them saying it, they purged more people from the government. So let me give you a little bit more of the statement from Monarez's lawyer. When CDC Director Susan Monarez refused to rubber stamp unscientific, reckless directives and fire dedicated health experts, she chose protecting the public over serving a political agenda. For that reason, she has been targeted, and she continued to be targeted. Now, RFK Jr. can't actually fire the director of the CDC, but apparently he called up Trump. Trump can fire her, and he did. He got rid of her. Trump is like he needed RFK Jr.'s votes or whatever. And RFK Jr. got into government to do one thing, which is annihilate every single vaccine. He will not rest until every kid has measles. And that is his promise to you, and he's making good on that promise. And so they put pressure on her. Apparently, they wanted her to support rescinding certain approvals for coronavirus vaccines. Again, remember, because idiots online have convinced themselves that the vaccines are more dangerous than actual COVID. Unless they need to talk about how dangerous China is, then COVID has killed millions of people. But as soon as they're not fear-mongering about China, then it's back to it's the vaccine that's killing people. And she wouldn't do that. And let's just take 1 second to acknowledge, and I know that this is a low bar or whatever, but credit to Susan Monarez for not going along with that. Again, super low bar. It would be embarrassing if she had, but she didn't, and she lost her position as a result of it. She worked her entire career to get to the top of the CDC, to do what she could to keep us safe. And they told her, if you want to keep that position, you need to stand by as we get as many people as possible sick. And she refused to do that. So credit to her. She was a longtime federal government scientist. It's amazing that she lasted in government even these 6 months being a scientist at all, but she wouldn't sign on to it. And so here's what a spokesman for the White House said. As her attorney's statement makes abundantly clear, Susan Monarez is not aligned with the president's agenda of making America healthy again, which is what they say when they take away medicine that works, okay? Since she refused to resign, despite informing HHS leadership of her intent to do so, the White House has terminated her position within the CDC. Great. Okay, well, it's not just her, by the way. Others are leaving the CDC. So that's Dr. Dimitri, I believe I'm going to butcher this name, I apologize. Daskalakis had been the vaccine chief at the CDC. He actually did resign, I guess, before they could fire him. But anyone that takes these diseases seriously, anyone who has the slightest inkling how vaccines work, have either already been pushed out or they soon will be. There is no place for science or facts or reality in this government, okay? RFK Jr.'s feelings don't care about your scientific facts. Get it through your thick skulls, everyone. It will be a wonder, it will be a miracle if by the time we finally throw these conspiratorial a-holes out of the government, there will be a single vaccine still available for public consumption in the United States. And they're coming for the COVID one first because that's the highest profile conspiracy theory, but all of the rest of them will be on the chopping block as well. The authorizations and schedule for kids' vaccines, those will go, measles will be gone. It'll all be gone because RFK Jr. doesn't understand how science works, and millions of Americans can't see that, okay? That's how we've ended up in this dark position.